Hello, Noofs, and welcome to a ZvZ. This one is from IEM Katowice 2018. You've heard that enough. In the top left, it's the Korean Zerg from Splice Gaming. His name is Solar, and playing against him in this best of three is the Red Zerg in the bottom right. He's from Storm Gaming. His name is Zanster. Hey Ben, fun fact about Zanster. He's only 21 years old.
Wow, that's pretty young. That's how old I am.
Yeah, he's
And
you're
look at how low
little...
my MMR is.
Yeah, exactly. He's a little spring chicken.
Honestly, I've probably been playing for about as long as he has.
Yeah, although, yes, probably. You're probably right. Give us the score prediction for this series, Ben.
That's hard because Solar is, Korean and is one of the top 4 Korean Zergs. You typically think Rogue, Dark, Su, and Solar, but Solar's a little bit below the other 3.
Yep.
But still, he's still pretty good. And Zanster, I don't think is quite. He's been around for a while and he's good, but he's never been one of the top European Zergs.
Yep.
So I'm going to go with 2-0 for Solar.
Okay, fair enough. And real quick, I want to hear what you have to say about this. What do you think Solar's career winnings are on Wikipedia?
Let's see. He's been in GSL for a while. And he's probably done some WCS things. So I'm going to go with $120,000.
Ooh, $252,000.
Okay, wow. Has he won
I know.
anything big that I'm not thinking of?
Not that I know of, but I'm just scrolling through Wikipedia here really quickly. So, yeah, that's a heck of a lot of money.
It's got to put him way up there.
That's way more money than I've ever made playing Starcraft too. I'll tell you that much.
Wasting all your time in college when you could be playing Starcraft.
I know. What am I doing? I think when I was in Plat, I won a Plat only tournament and won a $5 gift card from that.
Oh, sick.
Back in the day. What?
Oh, sick! I said.
I know, that was back in the day. So my old PvP build was to just go. The idea was DTs into Charge Lot Archon, but in Plat, it was functionally just DTs into Win. It was devastating.
Did you do any Nexus Cancel 5 gates back then?
Of course, I don't think I did that in Plat. I don't think that I really picked that up as a fun build until I was in Masters. But yeah, I used to do that. I used to do that very, very, very regularly. That was an absolute blast of a build. That and the old 10 gate in PvP, where you're trying. You only go 3 gates. Yeah. Well, no, you only go. You only go 3 gate. Korean 4 gate is with just zealots, but the 10 gate was 3 gate, but your warp gate hits at I think 520, and 4 gate was supposed to hit at 545, and so you would have a huge advantage there. Anyways, as we like to say on this channel, back to the game.
Yes. Good way to start talking about the game.
Thank you. It's a handy little segue.
Well, Overlord doesn't quite die.
Yeah, that Overlord
It's really annoying to lose that Overlord. So.
Hey Ben, both players are making a heck ton of lings.
Yep.
Neither players have a Baneling nest, as far as I'm aware.
No, you're right. They don't.
Yeah. This is gonna be funky.
It's a little odd to make this many lings without the Baneling nest. I think the skipping the Baneling nest, because the Baneling nest is actually pretty expensive if you think about it. 100 minerals, 50 gas, and a drone. So if you can skip it, it is really nice. So I think these players that maybe they know each other, or they just feel pretty confident, they think they can get away with not building it. We now see one from Solar and a bunch of lings coming into the third, but Solar does have his own lings to defend. We do see a divergence in the tech path here, with Solar going for the Roach Warren and the Baneling nest from Zanster. So Solar does have a lot of gas banked up and isn't building a lair or anything. So I think there's a good chance he's going to build a bunch of roaches here and then do an all-in. Oh, but he does start 2 drones, so maybe not.
Yeah, it's Zanster is basically, it's pretty cool to go toe-to-toe in a normal Baneling game against Solar, because as you mentioned earlier, Solar's a beast.
Yeah,
he's an absolute beast. He's an animal. I mean, Zanster's really good. He made Code S this season, but Solar's a top 4 Zerg pretty comfortably.
Okay, it looks like despite those 2 drones, he is going to go all in. I think he could have just saved the 100 minerals, and you see how much gas he's building. So I have to really question the decision to make those 2 drones by Solar there. But I suppose that's what the GSL level Zergs like to do.
Well, he's gotten the 2 drone lead here, Ben.
That's true.
And it is the game of drones.
Yep.
So he's won the game by doing that, which is pretty impressive to win the game. Win the game.
A lot of overlords in production too.
Yeah.
Okay, and now he adds a baneling nest. Okay, so this is going to be a big roachling baneling all-in, which is really scary if you don't have roaches. And Zanster still has not started a roach warren. Has he scouted? He has seen the roach warren.
Yep.
I don't know.
Solar's kind of running him around the map, though. So Zanster's going to start to move across. Oh, God, they're swapping. I love this.
There's banelings. Oh, these banelings.
Oh, Solar. Okay. Whew. That would have been game-ending. These lings are all... Yeah, they're going to have to leave. They would have all died immediately. But he knows.
Yeah.
Yep. Meanwhile, Solar flirting with death over here against these banelings. His reaction is a ton of lings. Yeah. He doesn't have time to put a roach horn down, I guess.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, he could throw down some spines. And, okay, these roaches still have not moved. Normally when the roaches get scouted, you would start moving them across the map. And now he's building drones?
Yeah.
This is a very... maybe he just... Maybe it was actually kind of defensive, because you can see Zanster does not have a drone lead and has just built a ton of baneling, basically.
So many lings.
So I guess he's just going to play these roaches defensively. Because technically, there's no reason he can't. As you said, he does have the drone lead. Yep. So I think this is a very weird game, but it's cool to see how the players are thinking about this. Oh, these banelings don't do anywhere near as much as I thought they would.
Yeah, baneling connections are obviously huge here, but it looks like they're probably... Oh, there's so many lings running in.
A lot of roaches are really low, though.
A lot of roaches are really low. I was about to say that Solar had won this, but okay, he's gotten himself in a pretty good position. He's got some lings. Oh, the baneling's rolling! He's going to be able to clear out all of these roaches eventually, but he doesn't really have much of a follow-up. He is down 5 workers, and he's on just lings at this point. He's got 1 baneling that should be handled. I think the Solar should be pretty happy with where he is. He's up in tech. He's up in workers. He's stabilized his third base after fending off that attack. Yeah, I think he should be pretty happy with where he is.
Yeah, he's adding on it, or Zanster's adding on his own roach horn now, but he's down 20 to 2 supply. He's down 6 workers. And now Solar just droning up even more, which he certainly can afford to do. And yeah, so it looks like I really thought that Solar was going to be aggressive, but Solar, being better than me, recognized that he actually had a slight economic lead, and that Zanster was committing so much to units that it was smarter for him to just stay home. And you saw how close that was. I think if he pushed across the map, he could totally have potentially lost all his roaches and been in a bad position. But what we don't see is any attempt from Solar to tech up. He's up to 37 workers, but he has yet to get an Evo or a lair, which I think is weird given that he's going for this roach-based play.
It is weird. He's... You know, Zanster's going to catch up in drones pretty quickly. He's also got the Evo chamber. He's got the roach warren finished. The real disparity here is in the army, but Solar's not moving across the map. Yeah. Okay, as I say that, he starts to... I mean, he might just be F2ing to catch up with those lings.
Well, this run by could be good. The baneling isn't quite done yet.
Yeah, pretty big run by. He's going to scout the timing of the Evo chamber and see that he'll be up in upgrades. He probably won't be able to kill that many workers with this. You know... Okay, 2, 3? No. Probably just the 2. Oh man, he's going to get cornered by these banelings. So
he spent a lot of time just kind of pathing around and stuff.
Yep.
I think he could have gotten... Oh, actually, he's coming into the 3rd. Okay, but there's still units to defend here. Solar is not in Platinum League and doesn't move all of his units into the main to deal with run by.
No. You know what? You know what's been happening here, though, Ben, is Zanster's been droning up this whole time because Solar's had to sit at home. He's now got a huge worker lead, and Solar actually kind of has to make something happen sometime soon.
He's got a big army supply lead, Solar does. So if he pushes across the map, he could potentially do damage. But he's no longer in the position that he was playing before, where he just needs to sit and defend. And with building just roaches and more drones, I'm concerned that he thinks he still is, and he thinks that he can still just play this defensively. Because down 10 drones, later +1, he does have the earlier roach speed. So I guess at this point what we might see, I think that makes the most sense for Solar, is to just build up for a big +1 speed roach attack.
Yep.
But on the other hand, I think Zanster's going to have... Well, Zanster needs to stop building drones and start building roaches. He's going to have his own +1, and speed doesn't matter if you're defending. Zanster even getting a 4th here. So, yeah, I think this is going to come down to how many roaches Zanster can make over the next minute or so. Because I would be really surprised if Solar doesn't move out once he gets +1 in roach speed here.
Yep. Yeah, you're absolutely right. And if Zanster holds, he'll be in a really, really good position. The question is whether Solar can grab that 4th. If he can make Zanster pull some drones, that's the only way that this game will really stabilize.
He gets another 10 drones now, so he's going to kind of even up the drone count. But he's basically lost the army lead, and he's the 4th base is down. He's still not quite evened up the drone count. So I think Zanster's managed to navigate himself into actually a pretty good playable position here, especially after how the beginning went with him being down workers for a while.
Yep.
And with that aggression not really panning out. So I think it's this, I think, is actually a real testament to the effect of map pressure in ZvZ, or even in general, but in particular in ZvZ, where we've seen that over the past few minutes, Zanster's had control of the map. He's been the one running in Zerglings. He's been able to see what Solar's doing, and Solar hasn't been able to see all that much of Zanster, and only now with this Overseer is getting some information. And so Zanster's been able to use that extra information to really improve his position in the game.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got that 4th down. Solar's 4th is still just halfway through. It's... these banelings, by the way, I'm really rooting for them. There's no drones here at the 4th, are there?
No, there aren't.
For them?
There's 2 roach cocoons.
Yeah, they're going to do terrible, terrible damage to those
there's
roach
like
cocoons.
20 roaches here that aren't actually responding.
Oh my God!
Wow.
No way!
Okay, only gets 3.
Just the 3, but even the 3 is ridiculous.
That was almost like 10.
I know, that would have been really bad. Anyway, Solar's attacking. He is actually up army supply, and he's even on upgrades, and some biles kind of hit there. He's moving in. It actually looks like Solar might just. Yeah,
really close,
this is
though.
tough.
The defender's advantage is here for Zanster. So it's hard to say.
Yep.
Biles keep hitting Solar's army, though. That's not going to help him at all.
No.
Oh, and he's starting to get pushed back here. A bunch of low health roaches. And with defender's advantage and the superior economy, that's going to help out Zanster here. And if it goes on long enough, he's going to get +2 way sooner.
Yeah. Ben, can you check the unit count real quick? Okay, so it's pretty close. Solar has a slight lead, but of course a lot of those roaches are walking across the map.
But now this is really good for Solar here.
Yeah, Zanster's got a lot of low roaches. He's got some queens here, but he has 1 Ravager left. So Solar with his 5 Ravagers can at least zone Zanster out for a little bit. And it looks like he's actually going to push through. Solar's going to win this game. Some biles landing, some drones dying somewhere. Solar looks like he's actually somehow made this work. That looked like a super even fight, but I guess Roach v. Roach just turns really quickly. Zanster, GG's. Solar takes game number 1.
Yeah, that was a pretty weird game. I was certainly a little bit put off. I really thought that Zanster was in a better position than it seemed like he ended up being with losing that Roach fight. So it's a little hard to say. I'd have to go back and rewatch whether or what exactly happened there. So I think one thing that you did mention is the Ravager count, where Solar, I guess, had a few more Ravagers, and that always helps out. And maybe some more biles hit Zanster's army. But the army supply was pretty even going into that, and Zanster did have the defender's advantage, and upgrades and all were even.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm not totally sure exactly why that went the way it did, but it ended up with Solar, despite actually being down in economy for a good chunk of the game and being on the back foot, is able to really bring it back with that big attack.
Yeah, it's one of those things where probably 1 or 2 or 3 biles might change the course of the fight. But while we were talking about that, Zanster has built a pool, my friend.
Yeah, although
so
this isn't like a super fast pool. This is just a pool first.
Could this be the gasless one where he just runs like 6 lings across, or is it
so this was a pool after the Overlord. You see the second Overlord here.
Okay.
So it wasn't a pool before Overlord where you do that sort of style, and he's not getting a gas with it. So I think this is more meant to be kind of a safe. I think he's scared that Solar is going to 12 pool here. Yep. You can also see, so this Overlord here, right? So the Overlord goes right here and then north, and what that does is that the standard routes for running Zerglings across the map on this map is either you go straight down the middle, in which case this Overlord sees it, or you run down this way, you go down here and then over here, in which case this Overlord sees it. So by doing this Overlord positioning, Zanster sets himself up to very likely scout an early pool as quickly as he can. And so it looks like, and combined with the early pool and the 6 Zerglings, he wants to be defensive. And he's actually going to try and run 6 Zerglings across the map. Oh. Okay, we're going to cut back at 158. Damn it. B is right next to V. Okay. Actually, it was closer to this. Okay, so does Solar see it? It looks like Solar does not see the Zerglings running across. So that's going to be quite good for Zanster. He's going to be able to run in, and I think the goal here probably is going to be to grab a queen or maybe like 2 drones. So Solar is going to come in. He's going to see that there's no creep here, and he's going to look for the timing, and he's going to see that it was a pool first, but not an early pool. So he should build some Zerglings, because this should immediately come to mind. You see he's going up to 6 Zerglings here. Yep. And I think he'll be fine. With 4 Zerglings in the natural, it's going to be more than enough. Actually, he's going to maybe build is that going to be a safety spine or a baneling nest? It's going to be a baneling nest.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so one of the things you have to... So when you do an early pool, one of the options is to take an early gas with the early pool and then start speed very quickly. And then that fast speed can be used to do a very early Ling flood. And so that's why you see Solar dropping the Baneling Nest right on 50 gas.
Yeah, by the way, a real quick thing, Solar also hid 2 of his Lings when Zanster ran in. I think the idea was that he was going to be able to flank with those 2 Lings and try to grab some extra Lings of Zanster, which is a super cool trick.
Yeah.
Basically saying, I only have 2 Lings, I'm freaking out. And then he comes in with the 2 Lings that pop and then the 2 that he just hid, and suddenly it's an even fight plus the queen, which is pretty cool.
And at this point, you see the 3 queens and the creep tumor, and that should clue Solar in that this is going to be a fairly safe play from Zanster here. Zanster not getting his 3rd, however, and he's getting a bunch of Zerglings, so maybe this is going to be a 2-base Ling Baneling all-in.
Looks like it.
Oh, both players getting Evo Chambers. So Zanster's getting his in the wall, so maybe he's just going to use that for the wall. Oh, these Lings are going to come in. Oh, they're going to see all those Zerglings popping out. Okay, so Solar should be pretty clued in now. Wait, oh, he canceled the Baneling Nest out here? Oh, he doesn't have a Baneling Nest anymore. Oh, this could be really bad. He has to start a spine, but he needs those. He's going to need Banelings that he's not going to have. Now the Baneling's morphing in from Zanster. Baneling Nest just starting. So yeah, he saw those 3 queens and really... I don't know if that was when he canceled the Baneling Nest, but he really miscalled it here.
Yeah, he really did. So these Lings are going to come in. That Spine Crawler is halfway finishing, but the real problem is these Banelings that are going to roll in.
That was a good hit.
Solar's going to have to focus them down with the queens. 2 go down for not that much. There's, okay, 3 go down. It looks like they're going to be fended off all right, but there's 3 more. Okay, so Solar is basically without Lings at this point. Has Zanster still been producing Lings? He has. He has these 2 Banelings that he can protect. Yeah, it could have. These queens are kind of in no man's land, but it looks like they have enough Lings they can defend. This is one of those ones.
Yeah, okay,
I think Solar looks good.
Solar's getting these Banelings. Yeah. He's got the spine done already. He isn't even losing his 3rd. He's got these queens out way forward. And it looks like, yeah, you're right. I think he should be able to defend here. There are going to be some Lings coming into the 3rd and 2 Banelings, but at this point, Solar with his Ling Baneling of his own. Yeah, and so we now see both players going back to droning. Very, very important that you don't keep making units too long and then end up down in drones.
Yep.
But we see, okay, one little drone goes off. Nice little pick off from Zanster. Always good to see players doing that. And he's got units ready for the counterattack. So that was a pretty good defense there, don't you think?
Yeah, no, absolutely. By Solar, he handled it really, really, really well. It looked super dangerous when those first 4 Banelings came in. Oh, is Zanster going to be able to grab a queen here?
Oh, no.
Banelings? No. Okay. But it didn't work out, and so now Solar has this 3rd base. He has got the injects on the 3rd base with more production. He should get more workers in a second. He's got a Roach Warren ahead of Zanster's, so he'll be able to build that count up pretty quickly. Meanwhile, he's also got this nice little run by. What does Zanster have to... Okay, he should be able to fend this off unless those Banelings do terrible damage. Yeah, he's all good. Okay, that probably would have been almost a game-ending move if that 3rd had been canceled, but he's all good.
Transfuse on the queen.
Yeah. Zanster running some Lings up here. That just checking out the drone count. Solar, meanwhile, is going to go way up in drones in a second, just because he's got that extra production from the 3rd.
Yeah.
Zanster's 3rd has finally finished, but I'm not sure that the first inject has finished yet. Yeah, he's still waiting on it. So, do you think that Solar is likely to all in off of 3 bases, or is he more likely to grab a 4th and try to push this game to late game?
I would say he's probably going to not go too aggressive. I think he probably thinks he's ahead, but I don't think he's far enough ahead to be able to confidently do that sort of all-in. So I would expect him to. I mean, he'll probably attack, but I don't think he's going to commit too heavily. And I think he's going to. You see him still droning. I think he's going to try and keep this up and maintain a healthy worker count, and maybe start teching towards lurkers and hydras and such, or maybe just sit on Roach Ravager. It's hard to say. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Zanster is actually he's going to even out the drone count, but the army advantage again. This is a lot like last game. Solar's got a huge army advantage because he's fully saturated his 3 bases now, and so he's got an extra wave of roaches.
Yeah, he's up 41 army supply to 26 right now.
Yep.
And now the +1 attack finishes out for Solar, so he does even that up. Although, of course, he hasn't started his +2 yet, whereas Zanster has, and that seems to be a common theme, with Zanster being a little more on point with his upgrades.
Yep.
But, of course, that only matters if you attack in the exact time that you know, one player has the upgrade and the other doesn't. So as we see Roach speed finishing up, I do think that he is going to move out here. He has 3 fully saturated bases, so there's no real reason to keep sitting back when he could at least try out some pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to wait for this Roach speed to finish. Morph some Ravagers. Looks like they should be about even on Ravager count.
Yeah,
he's even starting a 4th behind this. Yeah. Huh.
Well, he doesn't want to commit too heavily to this. You know, you attack and put on some pressure just because you have units, and it doesn't make sense to keep building workers. But you don't want to fall economically behind. Oh, these Banelings are not going to help too much against Roach Ravager.
No.
Could have at least run them into the base and done some damage.
Yeah, you would have thought. Oh well. Almost.
But then
Zanster dodged.
Not paying attention.
Oh, darn it, Zanster. Did you see the clip of Gemini dodging that and getting some Zerg on ladder to snipe his own Overlord?
Oh, I did.
Because the Zerg was trying to get an Observer.
Yeah, I did see that. That was really funny.
It was awesome. Anyways, Solar's pushing across the map. His 4th is a little bit later, and his upgrade is a little bit later. And they're about even on drone count. So
burrow speed or burrow movement coming in from Zanster.
Yeah.
I really love seeing burrow movement roaches, even though I'm not good at playing them. It's fun to watch.
Solar has a pretty large army advantage, but he doesn't really have much else.
Oh, these Ravager.
Oh, it's gonna grab a Ravager.
I think.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Yep. Okay. So a Ravager for a Roach is a trade that you'll take every single day of the week.
Yep.
Another positional battle. So Zanster has Overlords here, so he shouldn't have to sacrifice a concave. Solar shouldn't be able to push up that easily, but we saw, like in last game, even relatively even fights can go really hard in one direction. Yeah. Looks like they're going to start fighting. No, Solar's going to back up.
But the +2 now finishes for Zanster, so I think he's going to have a big advantage in a fight.
Yep. I guess he just doesn't know, but they're kind of trading. Solar should know, but his +2 isn't going to finish.
So maybe he doesn't want to fight, but he should be able to do defensively. Oh, that Ravager. Yeah. Oh, the Overseer? Okay. Barely survives. Oh.
Yeah, Zanster's going to try to pounce. He is still +2, and he will be for the next, 20 seconds. But Solar's going to try to push through. The army counts are almost exactly the same. Corrosive Vials sort of hitting on both sides. They're actually going behind Solar's army, but is Solar doing this again? Oh my god!
There are reinforcements coming in. 10 seconds until Solar finishes his +2, which will give him a big benefit, but all his units are going to die very soon.
Yeah.
They're all low health.
Yep, it looks like he's going to get chased back. So that +2 timing ended up being really, really huge because Zanster saw it and managed to pounce in time.
But at the same time,
his 4th has been up.
It only gave him an even trade. You know, he didn't crush the army or anything.
Yep.
So it seems like Zanster's just kind of falling behind and has these little edges that keep him in the game, but he isn't able to find edges to actually get him ahead. And that's something he needs to figure out, you know, how to do if he wants to win these games. And now both players actually have burrow movement. So we're going to have to see if either player decides to commit to... What was that Roach die? Nope. Okay, the Roach barely survives the falling rocks.
Yeah.
We'll have to see if either player actually commits to some burrow Roach aggression. There's an Overseer here. Okay, so there's 4 Roaches over here from Solar moving down the right side of the map, and 3 from Zanster moving up the left side. So there's no detection over here. So this could there's a spine, but this could potentially get a few workers from Zanster. And there is detection leading into Zanster's base.
Yep. Meanwhile, at the same time, Zanster is moving his army across the map. I think he's feeling pretty good about how he's doing. They're sitting basically on even everything.
Yep.
Game couldn't really be more even.
Is really unhappy it's getting spine colored.
Yep. The 4 drones is actually not that bad here. The Solar's doing some aggression
big attack coming in here from Zanster. But a really bad concave for him. He doesn't want to
there's no way he can attack up that. But he's kind of... Oh, he's trapped himself.
Runs up the ramp. Okay. He could have maybe run up the ramp, but he might have gotten sandwiched there. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the flank coming in from Solar, and he's got a much, much better concave than Zanster, although he does have some Roaches that aren't actually attacking. He's chasing Zanster. Zanster has to run back. Oh, man, he's going to lose so much army here. He doesn't have a single Ravager left in his army, and he's just scuttling back with these Roaches. 18 Roaches will join real quick in a second, but now he's being chased back onto his own turf.
It's a lot of units he lost there. He does have some more Roaches to reinforce with, and the army supply is pretty even, but I think there's more Roaches here right now. Okay, some units come into flank. Plus, there's also Ravagers for Solar, but none for Zanster.
Yep, he's got 3 Ravagers.
And look at the army supply now. It's starting to fall for Zanster, whereas Solar's holding strong, maxed out, and building a bank.
Yep, and Zanster just kind of won a fight on the left flank, so now he can join up his army supply lead is growing and growing. He's got those 3 Ravagers in the back doing so much damage. He's also got a decent concave here. Even the Biles just make sure that the roaches can't be attacking. This is really, really close. The army supplies are pretty close, and Zanster has defender's advantage, but it looks like he's going to get beaten back. Oh, Solar's pushing through. He's burrowing. He's popping up from burrowing. He's going to do game-ending damage here, I think. It looks like he's pretty much got this. There's 1 Ravager left.
Reinforcing roaches might be enough to hold it off. Where are the reinforcements from Solar? There's some of them coming across the map.
Feels like Solar wasn't rallying roaches to his army for that entire fight. I wonder what's up with that.
He does regroup some units here now. But there are also some roaches underneath Zanster's army here that probably should unburrow at some point.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to heal up.
This is an interesting seesaw of a game. Can you check so there's no 5th base for Solar, but Zanster has his running.
Yes.
Other than that, once again, they're pretty much in the same spot.
Well, the roaches are going to... Okay, the roaches
Yeah.
decided to go to the main. Okay,
There's no bounty
that
for
attack
them.
here picks off. I bet those roaches were burrowed. Contaminate on the natural. But that's going to be nice. So the big attack coming in here from Solar, he does have a 30 army supply lead. But there are units here, and the roaches in the natural now from Solar are going to tax Zanster's attention, have to deal with multiple places at once.
Yeah. Huh. You know, they've basically just been fighting even amounts of roaches and Ravagers for the entire game. It looks like Solar does have a 1 Ravager, 2 Ravager lead in this fight.
Yeah. Oh, some Biles.
But that's about it. Oh my god, by the way, the army supply is ballooning for Solar. Somehow he's got 40 more army supply than Zanster. He's going to be able to move in. Oh, 2 free roaches. Take that every day. Zanster looks like he's just going to fall behind, and this has just been roach v roach aggression.
Attack the 3rd right now. There's no reason to push down this ramp. I mean, you can. I guess you can just try and kill this army, which is way smaller.
Yeah, he just has a much bigger army.
Take a free base. I guess at this point, it looks like Solar's army lead has expanded to the point where he's in a really good position. Now the reinforcements start to come out, which will help Zanster out a little bit. But he needs... Okay, he's now just running across the map or something. I don't know what he's really trying to do here. Okay, he's going to pull drones.
This is bizarre.
But I don't think there's anywhere near enough from Zanster.
Yeah, there's not near enough from Zanster. Solar is going to take this game. I'm worried about speaking too quickly, but I'm pretty confident that Solar has taken this game. Yep, there he goes. Zanster should be GGing any second. And it looks like Solar is in fact going to take this series as he bears down on Zanster's base.
Okay, the last roach is going down. Zanster maybe doesn't want to leave here. I believe this was a qualifying match, so if he wins this game, then he goes forward in the tournament, but at this point, he's down so much supply, he's never going to have enough roaches, and there's the GG's. Zanster's going to concede the series. Yep.
Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked the video, like it. Please comment also and subscribe if you're in the mood. There should be 2 videos on your screen right now. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.